Oh, I forgot to do my hair this morning. Look at that. So I put this brand new hoodie on and the hair is all over the place. So I guess we're gonna roll with that. Let's do it. So the problem is when I wear a hood, I have to put it on my head. I just love having a hood on top of my head. Nice and dark in there and nice and warm. And then I forget to do my hair and then everything looks like a disheveled mess, like I just got out of bed. But fun fact for you guys, I don't know the last time that I ever left my house. This is dating back to high school, where I haven't taken a shower. If I don't take a shower, I'm not leaving the house. That goes for if I stay at somebody's house too. I'm showering at your house. I'm sorry. I'm just not leaving. That's disgusting. I can't do it. I remember in high school one day, our water was not working. So I said to my mom, I'm not going to school. So I didn't go to school for like 3 days because I couldn't take a proper shower. So you want to talk about a drama queen? Right here. All right. Let's start with jobs. And then we're going to roll around. I know everybody's panicking about the other thing, the China stuff, but I have some digging and research that I did for you. Jobs numbers in November. Payroll grew by 210,000 jobs. So expected was 550 plus, and we got 210,000. The unemployment rate dropped to 4.2% from an expected 4.5%. Don't let that fool you. That just means that there's more people. There are people that are not in the search market anymore for jobs. So that is why the unemployment number is down. Boy, would I love to know the real unemployment number. Oh, I'd pay some big bucks for that one. I just want to know. What else do we have? So that's jobs. I don't really have anything else to say about that. Well, yes, I do. When it comes to it, when you see jobs numbers like this versus 550 expected is what the Fed is going to go off of. And they're not, I'm telling you right now, when it comes to the December 14th and 15th meeting that's coming up in the next two weeks, 10 days, whatever the hell it is, they're not gonna taper faster. And if they do, I'll be extremely surprised because they're not going to taper faster. Everything was hedging on jobs numbers. Everything was hedging on this, and it didn't come out to be. The case. Mo, you seem like a lone wolf. I do like being alone, that's for sure. All right. Let's do. Well, here's some news. Not good news. The Senate passes a stopgap funding bill avoiding a shutdown. So I guess this thing is going to move to. Let's see here. Hold on. I think it's January. Is there dates in here? So this is just gonna delay the next bill. I think this lasts for another like 30 days or something. So the next bill is gonna go, and they're gonna say, oh, here we go, through February 15th. Okay, so it's about 60 days. So through February 15th, and they're gonna do this all over again. So congratulations, guys. We can pay our bills. Gold. So remember I said yesterday, gold is going to follow. Here's what's going to happen. The yields are going to go down. The dollar is going to start to go down. When the dollar starts to go down, gold is going to start to go up. So in the near term, in the short term, gold is not going to probably do that much. But over a long period of time, you cannot inflate a dollar or currency this much. I think that the reason that we're holding the value of the dollar so high right now is because we're comparing it to other global currencies. When rates start to come down, the dollar will start to come down. Gold will start to go up. That's what's going to happen. That's what happens every time it's tried. So we're going to have to see what happens there. DocuSign is down 30-some% right now. Disruptive business tumbled 30%. I expect Cathie Wood to be going and buying this today and then selling it on Monday when it's down 40%. But DocuSign tumbled in extended trading after hours because they said that their growth has stopped. After 6 quarters of accelerated growth, we see customers return to a more normalized buying pattern. You know what's really funny? Probably about 4 o'clock yesterday, I signed something on DocuSign, and so I'm personally responsible for the 30% plummet. That's all I could say about that. So with that being said, go and day trade this today. Remember, the 30% move happened overnight. So don't go and try to short this from a long-term or short-term perspective. Go and day trade this if you want to do anything with it. Do not go crazy with this. But anyways, that's disruption for you. Speaking of disruption, Cathie Wood says inflation will unwind pretty quickly. This is a very flattering picture of her. So they do an entire interview with this lady. They have tons of pictures, and this is the picture that you put on the screen. Somebody doesn't like her. Stocks will probably end up fine. Here are the top picks to keep riding. So get your oven mitts out. Cathie Wood, superstar stock picker, who's down 25% this year. Somebody forgot to put that in the article. They forgot to put that right here. That was weird. Wood recently told Barron's that the market is probably going to be fine, explaining that value stocks, cyclical stocks, and defense stocks all continue to climb despite what the COVID-19 and disrupted economy may have thrown at it. Inflation will unwind pretty quickly. Okay, and then she goes into some stocks. I highlighted in these articles. So nothing in here she ever talks about has to do with money or revenue, profit. It's all just, we're trying to figure out where Amazon is going with this. I think this is going to be a big thing for Shopify. I don't really care what that is. Then you go to Square, same thing. She talks about disruption. Square is positioned in fintech. Disruption. Doesn't talk about anything about gross profit. Doesn't talk about anything about revenue. DraftKings. She likes what she sees. Okay. She doesn't say anything about anything. She just says whatever she wants to say, and she's like, yep, there it is. And if you want an alternative, she says go to fine art. I want what she smokes because she's got the good stuff. Charlie Munger says that now is even crazier than .com. So this is why I tell you guys well, I don't know if I've told the public, but I really like Charlie Munger and Warren Buffett. Everybody says, who's your favorite investor? I have to default and say it's Warren Buffett because this is what you have to remember. There's no other investor in the history of the world that you have a track record of the person for 50 to 60 years of what they've done every single day in their performance. You don't have that. It's incredible. He was a very public person from the beginning. Here, let's use an example. Ray Dalio. Ray Dalio is an extremely private person. Contrary to everybody that just started following him in 2018 when he came out of the woodwork, he used to not speak, period. There were no interviews with Ray Dalio. But he runs the biggest hedge fund in the whole wide world. But Munger was always out there talking. But Buffett was always out there talking. That's why they have a playbook. Nobody else really has the playbook. Everybody else is pretty quiet. But he says it's crazier now than the .com. I consider this era crazier than the .com, says Charlie Munger. Munger also wish that cryptocurrencies didn't exist and praise China for taking action to ban their use. I wish they'd never been invented. And again, I admire the Chinese. I think they made the correct decision, which is simply to ban them. In my country, English-speaking civilization has made the wrong decision. I just can't stand participating in these insane booms one way or another. When it comes to China relations, the veteran investor also weighed in on China's global relations, urging Australia to play a role in bridging the difference between Asia and the United States. I think Australia, with its deep involvement in China, can be a constructive position. Australia can encourage the United States and China to be more reasonable, he said. So we shall see. And now, the moment you've all been waiting for. Didi says they're going to delist. So let's see here. Just 5 months after debuting, ride-hailing giant Didi has said that it's going to withdraw from the New York Stock Exchange and pursue a Hong Kong listing. Sources have shared 15% in pre-market as investors bet that the move would appease Beijing and serve as a catalyst for the revival of its business and its prospects at home. We didn't take that into effect now, did we? We didn't take into effect that the exchange that it's going to would really like the decision, did we? All we do is think about how bad it's going to be for the United States. Didi did not explain its reasoning, but in a separate statement, it said it would organize a shareholders vote at an appropriate time and would ensure its New York listed stock would be convertible into freely tradable shares or another internationally recognized exchange. The move will likely further discourage Chinese firms from listing in the United States. That is absolutely going to happen. Delisting will make things simpler for the company because they don't have to go through two regulation systems. Didi is planning to proceed to a Hong Kong listing soon. I read that it's going to take about 3 months. It will prove complicated. Yeah, okay. All right, so here's the deal, guys. Hi. All right, here we go. Listen, I did some digging. Here's 3 scenarios if things get delisted. This is generally speaking, this is in no way regards to Alibaba, Neo, Didi. It's just in general what happens. So don't go and say this is what's going to happen. If this happens, if delisting happens, you're in 3 scenarios. Basically takes a 1 to 3 month period. So in that 1 to 3 month period, you can go and you can sell your shares. Normally, you can buy your shares, sell your shares, do whatever you want to do on the New York Stock Exchange. That's it. If they go to the Hong Kong market, you are going to be given the option to buy shares on the Hong Kong market, which is keep my shares, or you do nothing. And if you do nothing, and if you don't keep your shares on the Hong Kong market, the trade they will execute and they will put the money back in your account. Now, the caveat is you don't know when that's going to happen. You don't know what price that's going to happen, but it's going to happen. And eventually, they'll put money back in your account. So it's a risk. Third option. You keep your shares on the Hong Kong market and you trade them over there. Now, with that being said, if you're in the United States at least, especially with like a Schwab, definitely Schwab, I don't know about Merrill, anything like that, you have to call the trade desk and they have to execute the orders for you in the other global currencies. You can't execute those trades by yourself on the computer. So know that. But that is your options. And to trade in China, it's 70 basis points. That's to execute the trade in China. Plus, you have the United States fee that's going to charge you. It's 50 basis points or $100, whichever is greater. So that's that. Your source of all news and information. What happens with the options? I have no idea. No idea. Meanwhile, your favorite Bob. Oh, Marcus Wong is back. My man. All right. Let's see what's going on. Actually, I want to see what futures are doing. Futures. They're up a little bit. Well, I'm not surprised they're up. They're up means the jobs number came in. So that means that there's going to be... I'm surprised the futures aren't higher, to be honest with you. And because the stimulus is going to stay. That's what that is. Yields are pretty much the same. Let's see. Big Lots reported before the bell this morning. I don't know what happened. Hibbett Sports reported before the bell. They did very well. Looks like 8%. If you want to join our software, actually, guys, go watch this interview with William Green. God, what is just a fantastic person. All four parts are out now. If you want to join our software, 8 Pillars Portfolio, Retirement Calculator, Stock Analyzer Tool, and I already said 8 Pillars Portfolio. You can basically build your own ETF. Click Join EM. head over here. Whoops, gotta scroll this. Head over here, and you get $30 a month, gets you all the software I talked about, plus the Discord community. If you want to jump into the Bid and Ask Nation, $80 per month gets you that Employed Trader series, Stock Trading 101 series, learn how to go long, short, day trade, etc. Additionally, tomorrow morning at 9:30 a.m. Eastern time, I'm going to be doing a seminar for the Bid and Ask Nation only. Come and join me, bring all your questions. So I've actually taught the last 3, so I kind of want to just open up tomorrow to a total Q&A. If there aren't enough questions, I'll teach something. But I would really like to just go through your questions because there's so many new members, and I'd like to knock those out for you. If you want to join Paul's Super Shorts, $500 a month. If you want to do a one-on-one session with me, $750. And guys, I'm telling you, my schedule is getting booked up through mid-January already. I'm going to be, my calendar is getting filled. So if you want to jump in and do a one-on-one session with me, let's get it scheduled before next year. Then you can jump off January 1st running. Well, January 3rd technically, but if you want to do a one-on-one real estate deal with Paul, $10,000, 4 hours of his time. And yeah. D. Snave, I'm sorry. I have things to do on a Saturday, and I really want to get things done. So I'm sorry that you're in California, but there's just another reason for you to move out of California. Mic drop. All right. Give me some stocks, guys. We'll run through them, and we'll go from there. We got about 15 minutes. Still doing the event in Dallas. No, we're not going to be doing the event in Dallas this coming December. We're going to push it back a little bit. And yeah, that's it. U.S. adds 210,000 jobs. It's the best. It's a joke. All right. I saw somebody ask about SWBI. Let me see. What happens with my China mobile stocks? Guys, I don't know. Guys, call your brokerage firms. I don't know. I don't want to misspeak. Call your brokerage firm. If you trade with Schwab, if you trade with a credible brokerage firm, why don't you call them? If you want to trade with like these yahoos over at Robinhood and what's the other goofball one? Them, they probably won't know either. So you're asking nobody. But why don't you call a credible firm and ask them what to do, and you'll go from there. I'm in the Seattle burbs. I heard Seattle's quite expensive too, isn't it? I want to do Bed Bath & Beyond just because I want to. Isn't it? It's BBBY, right? BBBY. Let's see what Bed Bath & Beyond is doing. Yikes. They've gotten beaten up pretty good. So, yeah, they filled the gap. They're going to rebound. This thing's going to rebound right back up. Next. No more Baba, guys, please. I agree with you, Nay. I don't want to do it anymore. I really don't care. I don't want to talk about it anymore. It's not that interesting to me. But it's interesting to you guys, so I will talk about it. And I will keep you informed because that is my job, to keep the public informed from all of the nonsense that's out there. All right. Bristol Myers Squibb, downtrend, not looking very good. All this is just the snapback. I would look at it over here from a swing trading perspective. Let this get into the sweet spot. Try to run it up to the 50 and 25-day moving average. And if you can blow through there, maybe you'll head towards 100. But aside from that, yeah, that's it. Why do people consistently request the same stocks? Hey, Slipstream, why don't you send me some other different stock? That would be good. Bucknuts, KMB. Kimberly Clark. Who dat? All right. With the exception of, geez, okay, this is going back to September of 2020. Let's just draw that. With the exception of this post-COVID rally and COVID, this has been in the consolidation area. So honestly, this is a pretty good looking stock. You can trade it from a long-term perspective if you want. Just catch it in this channel between about 142 and 128 and just keep riding it up and down and up and down. Or you can bring it over here to swing chart. This is actually a very good looking long-term trading stock. Yeah, I actually do like it very much. I like it very, very much. Okay. TSM. Wait a second. Nope, I'm not doing TSM. You're spamming. You're banned. CHGG. Chegg, right? Yeah. Ho. Okay. So we have the gap to fill. This is a dog stock. Forget about it. It's a dog stock. Don't worry about it. Just if you want to throw a tracker share on there for $29, you can do that and just let it roll over time. But I would bring it over here. Bring it over here. Run it up to the 25-day moving average. You still got about $3 or $4 to go. And if you can get through there with some good volume, This is a good looking stock. Somebody throw this on a watch list and tag me in it in the bid and ask. I'd like that. Zillow. We haven't done that one in a while. They're disruptive. God, what a disaster they got themselves into. That's what you get. Okay. I wouldn't even look at it over here. Don't even bother over here. I would come over here and try to swing trade it, and even over here, it's going to be hard. You need to get volume. Look, if you guys look in the last month, this is a month, you have not touched average volume one time. After that big sell-off, people are just totally ignoring this stock. So if you want to throw a tracker share on, you can, but I wouldn't even bother. I'd go look at something else. KBH. Didn't we just do that one? KBH? No. Oh, that's KB Homes. What am I talking about? KB Homes. So again, well, not really. So they're just consolidating also, with the exception of that big run up that they had. This was the crazy home stuff. This was the crazy lumber stuff. So don't even worry about that. Just consolidating in this area between 45 and 40, just bouncing up and down. I would just come over here and trade it up and down. Just like this, up, down, and just let it run that way with KB Homes. We might as well do Lennar while we're at it. We're hitting all the home builders. Wow, they just keep going, don't they? So Lennar's testing all-time highs. They almost got it yesterday. If they break up into an engulfing candlestick today, you can certainly add to it. But getting in for the first time, I don't know. It's up to you. You're in that kind of overbought area. With over here, I would rather trade it over here. If it breaks up, maybe you can get to $116, $117. Then it'll probably fall back down. I think this is a much better trade from a daily perspective. Let's see. Planet Fitness. Cheryl. Not a gem in my opinion, but whatever. All right. So everybody was going back to gyms. Peloton was tanking. This is the greatest thing in the world. This thing's going to the moon, and not so much. Flagpole patterns happen every time they're tried. Flagpole up, just like socialism fails every time it's tried. Flagpole patterns fail every time it's tried. Runs up, flagpole pattern, right back down, and right back down with M formation. So that is not good for them. So with that being said, let's see here. If this breaks down a little bit more and you get an engulfing candlestick down like this, you can add to your short. But be careful because you're at your 200 and 100-day moving averages. So if you get an engulfing candlestick down like such that honestly like clears those two moving averages, you'll be fine. But be careful with this one. Let it play out over the next couple of days. Next. HD, are they still at all-time highs? They are, so they're playing up there. Let's see, I want to see a line chart here. So this will come back down. Here's another flagpole. It's just consolidating a little bit. This is going to come back down right to around this 25-day moving average or fill this gap here at 380. So that will happen. You're already seeing a lot of selling volume coming into the stock over the last 4 days, 4 out of the last 5 days. So be careful with HD. Next, Nike. We haven't done Nike in a while since it was touching all-time highs. Yep. So Nike, here guys, look at this. Flagpole here. It ran up to all-time highs, then it fell all the way back down. So this is what happens with flagpoles. It's not that they just go straight up and fall straight down. They are going to come down at some point. There's no support level in there. It doesn't have any support down in here. So with Nike, you're going to probably be testing all-time highs again at some point. Okay, here's the deal. Let this yellow line get into the sweet spot and let this thing confirm that it's going to break down. If it breaks this level of, what is this? Let me just tell you the number so I don't screw the pooch here. If it breaks this level of 166.63, write that number down if you want to trade this. 166.63. That is that. Next. Hibbett Sports. They reported this morning, huh? All right. Woo! They've gotten smoked over the last couple of days. What is going on here? What's their earnings come out? There, guys, earnings. They beat on earnings per share and they beat on revenue, and they're down. They're getting crushed. This is what happens, guys, and that is, oh my gosh. So here's a stock where when you get flagpole, come on. Don't go long term on this. That's my recommendation. Play it over here. I have no problem with you guys playing it over here on a short term chart. I think that's a really good one to look at. Microsoft, we haven't done that one in a while. Are they still at all-time highs? They should be, with rates going where they are. When you see yields dropping to this level down here, this thing should be soaring, but it's not, and that's not normal. So it's just consolidating in this area. See what happens. If you want to short this thing from a long-term perspective, you got more balls than me. That's all I have to say about that. T Row price, TROW. I think you would have more views and likes if you would write which stocks you analyze. So you want me to run the board, look at your comments, do all the drawing, go through all the news, and then keep a ticker symbol on the right side of the screen with all of the news, all the stocks that I'm doing, and put an analyzer on there. If you want to come to Cleveland or do it remotely for me for free, I'm not paying you, yeah, you can do that. Okay, DocuSign minus 30-some%. What are we doing here? T Row price? Yeah, T Row price, whoa, big run up. Whoa, big run up. Now it's just consolidating. Massive head and shoulders pattern. So head, shoulder, shoulder, fall. Head, and this is an ugly face pattern too. This is bad. So you have a smiley face right here with the ugly face in the middle. This thing's going to keep falling. Yeah, this thing's going to keep falling. All right. I think you should do boo-boo. I have no idea what that is, but it's not a ticker symbol that I want to type in, because sometimes, like when you go to Google and you type something in, like boo-boo, you don't know what's going to come up. I don't know what's going to pop up if I type in that ticker symbol. So Peloton, here's your support level. Here is your area on this side. Yeah, you know what? Be patient with this. Okay, forget the long-term chart. Let's come over here. Let's see what we have over here for let's see what we have over here the last month. So this is just sitting on the bottom. We're waiting for a bunch of buying volume to come in for this thing to spike and start moving to the top. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. I'm sure something's going to happen around Christmas and whatnot. So yeah, guys, smash the like button, please. That would be great. I'm a Cleveland native. I would like to visit my uncles. All right, let's do Facebook, and then there was another stock I wanted to do. Somebody wrote it for me. Shoot. Oh, DocuSign, that's the one. Okay, so we're consolidating with Facebook, and well, we're not consolidating. We're holding a support level with Facebook, downtrend. If this thing breaks this 310 area, we're going to come down to 300. It's already well below its 200-day moving average and continues to fall. So let's see where the next good support level is. Let's get some whiskers going here. The next solid support level is 270. 275, somewhere in that range. So, yes. All right, let's see DocuSign. Is this them? Down 30%? Yikes. So, like I said to you guys, don't do anything with it today. This is going to be a move pre-market. It's very possible that this comes down here today and just goes like this. And that's all it does right there. It's also possible that it goes like this. But I do think you're going to see some kind of doji formation today on DocuSign when the market opens in a few minutes. But if you want to do anything with this, day trade it. I wouldn't do it. Carlos, we gave away the Tesla to a gentleman named, Seth, correct me if I'm wrong, Jaime Sanchez in, I think, California. Very, very nice man. Okay. Consolidating, not a long-term play in my opinion. Find another stock. Win. Let's do Win. So Win had holy. Okay, so here's the deal with, no, it's not a 50%er, because that's going back too far. I don't want to go back too far with 50%ers. It was a 50%er, it broke out. So this is interesting. Here's your high, here's your low, here's your 50% area that it had a hard time breaking through until about October of last year, and then it broke out. and now it can't break above that level again. So this is going to be interesting to see. Can this get pulled back up to this level? I bet it can. I bet this goes to, let's see. I bet this goes, maybe not. I don't know. Maybe not. It almost has a double. It almost has a double 50%er. So we'll see. PayPal, PYPL. Let's see. PayPal is getting beat down pretty good too. They had nice earn. Oh no. Boo-hoo. They missed by. Well, it means their revenues growth is slowing, I guess, allegedly. But I think PayPal is going to do very well. They're already going. They're going to Amazon with Venmo, so I think they're going to be just fine. Biggest paying service in the United States, I think. I could be wrong, but I think they're bigger than Square. Wait for this thing to turn up, but right now just sit tight. I wouldn't do anything and go from there. MU is testing 50% resistance. Why don't we check it out? Will there be a link in the Discord for tomorrow? Yes, Cheryl, there will be. I'll have somebody put it in there, or I could put it in there. 50%, what? MU is not testing 50% resistance. No. Nope. Next. Mo, can you do UPST? Yes. What is this? Upstart? So when did they go public? December of 2020. So it's not quite a year old, but it's basically there. Wait, December what? December 16th. Close enough. Not really, but yeah. You know, when you get something like this, I would ignore it from a long-term perspective. I would just come over here and day trade it. Let it break below its 200-day moving average and short it. That's what I got for you there. Or day trade it, because I think that's probably something that happens. Dude, Lulu, I looked at Lulu this morning. $455 a share or something. Unbelievable. I mean, great close, but Jesus. Unreal. All right, with Lulu, so you're kind of in a holding, consolidating pattern here. Do not be long in this position right now. And I don't even think I would short it because I think you're going to probably bounce off the 50-day. So I would probably just sit tight with Lulu. If this thing turns back up, if this red line turns back up like this, then you can go ahead and get in on it. But aside from that, I wouldn't do anything. All right, guys, give me one more stock and then I'm going to go. And also, we have the book club coming up at 10 o'clock this morning with Paul and myself. Even if you haven't read the book, The Psychology of Money, we're going to finish it up today. And then I think the next book we're going into is Richer, Wiser, Happier. But don't quote me on that. Jordan. Delta. I love Delta. Okay, 50%er. Yeah, so this is 50%-ish. It kind of looks like, the same as all the cruise lines. So you got a little bit of a blip and you fell back apart. So it's going to be very hard for you to break above $45 or $42 or whatever the number is in the middle. But right now, why don't we zoom in on it? So what I'm noticing here, it can't decide on a direction. The good news is you have this gap to fill, but the even better news is come over here, look at this. You have a nice trend moving forward. You had good buying volume yesterday. See if you can fill this gap, run it up to the 25-day moving average, and you will go from there. Come to Greece with Paul. I do want to go to Greece one day, but yeah. Hey, Mo, do you have videos for the complete beginners in the Bid and Ask Nation? Yes, S6X. Okay. User strings. PlayStation guy. Yeah, you get the Trading 101 series, which is all of my videos, and you will benefit from that greatly. So, all right, guys, I'll see you all at 10 o'clock in the Discord book club, and we'll go from there. Everybody have a great weekend if I don't talk to you. Bye.